Turning to Investing 101, Matt Reiner, the financial advisor, author, and podcast host, is here to help with tips on how to future-proof your investing. This is a timely topic, Matt. Technology, including AI, playing more of a role in advising people how to invest their money. What can you tell us?
We're seeing that the human advisor is still very much necessary, but technology is allowing for more opportunities for those that may be in the building of wealth or younger generations to start getting invested and get started. What we have seen and what I saw in our study, the Future Proof Advisor, our national study is that when there is a big moment in time for individuals like getting married, buying a house, having a kid, or a spouse or a parent passing away, an inheritance, there is still this need for human connection. 89% of affluent Americans, those are people that have more than 100,000 of investable assets, show that they say that the human advisor provides more value than technology alone. And so I think it's that transition point. But when you have a low needs behind you, or a low level of debts or low level of dependencies around you, then using a lot of the technologies that are available give you the opportunity to start earlier.
Why do you think people avoid making financial investing decisions or even avoid talking to someone about their finances?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I think that it's human nature. I think that this is, and what I mean by that is there's a lot of emotion and feeling, and there's also this aspect of fear with regards to it. And it's not fear of the aspect of investing. It's the fear and the desire to avoid this kind of cognitive dissonance of going and talking to someone. And you may know you don't know a lot, but you don't want someone else to know you don't know a lot. And you're fearful that they'll be judged. And in a world and in a human nature, human natural being that we want to be accepted, when we go to someone and we are seen as being lesser of and not as intelligent on, and maybe even being behind the curve or behind the 8 ball on, we feel that we're getting judged, and that is something that goes against human nature. And I think it's more that fear and that rejection, and sometimes the guilt that is associated with it, the guilt of the idea that I haven't done enough, or even if you have a lot of money, I don't know how I earned this money if you inherited it, or how do I now go and use it for bettering other people? So I think it's those fear and shame and some of these natural, just human tendencies that cause people to avoid, working on financial side, and they want to just do it themselves. And they think that just because the information is available that they can go do it. But investing is really an emotional, psychological, thing, and it's really beneficial in those situations, as we have in any of our lives. When we go through emotional or psychological events, it's always good to have a sounding board, whether it's a friend, a parent, a spouse, whatever it may be. And money is one of the most highly emotional feelings aspects of our lives.
Are you finding that people want to invest with a purpose, and does it differ among generations?
We're seeing it across the spectrum of generations of the impact of it. And I think that you look at Gen Z and millennials, it's high. You look at Gen X, it's high. But then you also look at wealth spectrum. Millionaires are also looking at that as well. What we saw is when we looked across the generational spectrum, and you just looked at all affluent Americans, 88% of affluent Americans think that it is the job, or believe that a financial advisor should help them with their life purpose. But going forward, where you really get the stickiness and the depth in the relationship and the value driver of the relationship is understanding, well, now we have the plan. What is the plan for? We now have the money invested in growing. What is it you're wanting to do with that? What is the impact you want to be having with that money? And those are the future conversations that really create depth in the relationship. And I think a lot of people are looking for that. And maybe it's because technology has made us a little bit more isolated, and we really want to have a connection, and we want to talk to people about what type of connection and impact we can have when we become a little bit more isolated, and we see only the things that that people are doing that are good, and we want to go out and have a good impact as well.
How can people connect with you, Matt?
Yeah, it's mattreiner.com. You can go over there and download our entire white paper on the study, and talks about everything from technology to purpose, etc. And you can find me on LinkedIn, X, and YouTube as well.